Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's episode we're in beautiful sunny California, and more specifically in the Los Feliz area of California. And in this video we're going to go up the mountain at Griffith Park, which is a really cool park and has a beautiful hike. And on top of the mountain, well, we have the Griffith Park Observatory, which gives beautiful views of the whole city of Los Angeles. But for this video we're actually going to go through the back entrance of Griffith Park, which is a little bit less known, but I really love this entrance because, well, you get to see a lot of the beautiful architecture of the older houses and the fancy houses of Los Feliz, and then you get to see a lot of things that maybe a lot of tourists don't really see, and then you get to the top of the mountain even faster, and then obviously you can still go down another way and see everything that the tourists will see, but you'll also see a lot of what the locals know. So without any further ado, let's explore. Griffith Park is a large municipal park at the eastern end of the Santa Monica Mountains in the Los Feliz neighborhood of Los Angeles. It has been compared to Central Park in New York City, but it is much larger, less tamed, and more rugged. At the base of one of the main entrances of Griffith Park, there is a statue of a standing bear created in 1976 by Noack Foundry based on the design of German sculptor Renée Sintenis. The park covers 4,310 acres of land, making it one of the largest urban parks in North America. Because of its proximity to the Hollywood Hills, many trails lead to incredible views of the city, as well as the popular Hollywood sign, which can be accessed from several official Griffith Park entrances. In order to successfully go through the back entrance of Griffith Park, well, you're going to have to go through a series of staircases, and the first staircase we're going to take are the Berendo Stairs, which are 181 steps. These stairs are really cool. You can tell that they're kind of older because they were built in 1924, so they're practically 100 years old, which is kind of crazy that these steps are here after such a long time. But yes, they do get you up the mountain, and even though they are kind of steep and it's not for everyone to do all of this kind of exercise, I guarantee you guys that once you get to the top, it's really worth it because you get to see a lot of cool houses and a lot of really cool architecture, and then you get to see something that maybe not a lot of people will see, especially tourists. The Berendo Stairs is tucked back into a fairly rich part of Los Feliz, just north of Los Feliz Boulevard, and really offers quite an architectural view of the houses adjacent to the staircase. Like some of the other longer stairs in the area, the Berendo Stairs has a little secret garden halfway up the steps, which offers some benches, which makes it a really perfect place to take a rest and enjoy the weather. What I do find pleasant about all these staircases in Los Angeles is that they are usually over 100 years old and show a level of quality and detail that sometimes more modern constructions don't often offer anymore. As mentioned, also the houses going up the staircase are pretty impressive and show a perfect blend of how modern buildings and nature can coexist even in a huge city like Los Angeles. Didn't I tell you guys that the Los Feliz Hills has some really stupendous architecture? And right here behind me, we probably have the most stupendous house this close to Griffith Park. It's called the Ennis House. And this house was built in 1923 by Frank Lloyd Wright. And it's a really cool house because, well, it's made to look like an Inca temple. And yes, it is just as huge as a temple would be, and it takes quite a lot of space. The house seems to go on forever and ever, and there's even a wall that separates the house from the street, and you can really see how much detail there is in every single rock. And it, as I said, it seems to go on forever and ever. Whoever lived right here back in the day must have been so lucky because, well, they're on top of the hill, they get beautiful views, they're kind of secluded, but they're also really close to the city. But yeah, when you are in this area, be sure to check it out because it's probably one of the wonders of Los Angeles. The Ennis House rises in stages with over 27,000 blocks ranged across a concrete platform and buttressed by a retaining wall. The concrete, a combination of gravel, granite, and sand from the site, was hand cast in aluminum molds to create blocks measuring 16 by 16 by 3.5. Within the interlocking form, the Greek key design resembles a stylized G, perhaps an allusion to the Masonic order that Charles Ennis belonged to, which had an organizational symbol of a compass with the letter G for God at its center. Very close to the Ennis House, there's the Schlaffer Corsair House, which was built in 1923 and was inspired by art director Harry Oliver's Tom O'Shanter restaurant just 3 miles down Los Feliz Boulevard. The This house is part of a storybook style of architecture that first appeared in Los Angeles in the 1920s as an offshoot of the period revival architecture that was popular at the time. On the corner of Bonneview Avenue and Glendower Avenue, there's a second set of stairs that goes even more up the hill. A good way to spot it is to try to find the mural that is in the middle of the staircase. Even though it's always a workout going up all these steps, seeing a bit of artwork in the middle makes it a much more pleasant walk up the steps. Yeah, this hike definitely has quite a lot of staircases. We've already done 2 staircases, and behind me we have the 3rd staircase. But I promise you guys, this is the final one, and we'll finally be inside Griffith Park, and then it's a small little hike, and you're gonna be able to see beautiful views of the city. But either way, doing this exercise is always pleasant because, well, we are in Los Angeles, where the weather is mostly beautiful practically all the time. So being here, smelling all the good nature and looking at all this blue sky just makes me so happy, even though I am a little bit tired doing all of these steps. The 3rd set of stairs is another one of these really steep staircases. Even though the last staircase seems to be going on up forever, the higher one goes, the more beautiful the view of the city and the surrounding streets truly gets. This is again a testament as to why houses are so expensive in this area. It almost feels like it's the countryside the higher one goes up the hill, yet the city is adjacent and really at a hair width away from these secluded properties. It's the best of both worlds, nature and city blended into one area. Once you get to the corner of Glendower Avenue and Glendower Road, well, you're going to see a sign that says no access to Griffith Park. Well, it's a lie. This is a sign that was put in by the residents of Los Feliz. It's not a real sign. If you actually go through that street, well, you're going to see a little gate and you're in Griffith Park. They just don't want a lot of tourists coming here. They have a lot of these kind of signs in Griffith Park, but also at the Hollywood sign. But right here, if you go to this intersection, you'll have plenty of parking. You're almost on top of the hill, and it's a really, really short hike, and you get to see the observatory and the beautiful view of Los Angeles. I always find it funny how so many streets in the hills have fake signs. The street leading to Griffith Park isn't the only one that has signs. A little bit lower, adjacent to the Ennis house, there's similar signs, but if one doesn't want to go up the 2nd flight of stairs, going up that hill leads to the 3rd set of stairs. Either way, once the sign ignored, we're greeted with some nice California nature and even better views of the city. Here we are inside Griffith Park. Right behind me on top of that hill, we can see the observatory. I'm actually really, really close. Maybe it's a 5-minute walk from here. And yeah, as I did say, this road that they said ended, well, leads straight to Griffith Park. And I love it right here. It's just such a really nice road. It's much more secluded than the usual place, and then you can still kind of make a loop and come down the other way if you want to and go back to your car if you maybe parked right at the Berendo Stairs. So it's a nice little loop, and it kind of shows a different facet of the park. Going through this more secluded entrance really is wonderful, as usually this part of the hike is really empty. Also, the views from this area are breathtaking and easily can compete with the views that can be seen from the observatory, minus all the extra tourists. Even though we are close to the observatory, it'll still take a few more minutes up the hiking path in order to actually get to the top of the hill. One thing from this vantage point is that if one is not interested in heading to the peak, there are other hiking trails that either go back to the main entrance or take hikers toward the Greek Theater and back to some more residential streets. I have reached the top of the mountain, and right here we have the Griffith Park Observatory, which is a really beautiful building. Once again, it's super big and almost 100 years old, and it is really cool. It's a free museum too, and if you want to learn about the planets and learn about our universe, well, this is really the place to go. But they also have a planetarium, and that one you have to pay a little fee. And on the outside of the Griffith Park Observatory, you get to see the Hollywood sign and also beautiful, beautiful views of the city. And it's kind of like a really cool reward after having done all of these stairs and having done a short little hike. And then right here we are on top of the mountain, on top of the world, on top of Hollywood. The Griffith Observatory truly is an amazing building which combines Greek and Beaux Arts influences, making it one of a kind building overlooking the city of Los Angeles. On the lawn in front of the observatory there's the Astronomer's Monument, which pays homage to 6 of the greatest astronomers of all time. As for the museum inside the building, Griffith Observatory is in some ways Southern California's gateway to the cosmos. visitors are able to look through telescopes, explore exhibits, and see live shows in the Samuel Ossian Planetarium. In the main hallway there's a pendulum clock made out of a 240-pound bronze ball, suspended by a cable 40 feet long, which swings in a constant direction while the earth turns beneath it. Above the pendulum is an impressive painting called the Ballon Wall Murals created by artist Hugo Ballon, which celebrates the advancement of science from remote periods to present times. Of course, as mentioned before, another huge feature of the observatory are the breathtaking views of the Los Angeles area and its surroundings. This is, in my opinion, one of the most magical places in the city to look out into the distance and admire the city views. We made it all the way back to the main entrance of Griffith Park with the Griffith Park logo and the little bear statue. And yeah, as I said, this is a loop and it's not too far from the Berendo Stairs. So really, when you go up to the observatory and then go back to the other side of the trail, you get to have kind of an easy trail back down, really, because it's all downwards. It's hard to go up. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming on this visit of the Griffith Park and the Berendo Stairs, as well as looking at all the cool architecture. And if you did enjoy all of that, well, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment too. Let me know what else I should be doing in the Griffith Park area, Los Feliz, or maybe other areas of California, LA, or the world. As you guys have seen from a lot of my videos, I do travel quite a lot. Okay, well, that's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.